Alright troops, it's your man Chris Scullion from TireOldHack.com. Now, I've been playing New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo has kindly given me a review code for it. And the review is not ready yet, it's embargoed until nearer launch. But as with a lot of Nintendo stuff, that comes with both preview and review embargoes. So we're at the preview stage just now, so that's what you're getting at this moment. So even though I'm playing the final version of the game and feeling various feels as I play it, those feels cannot be portrayed to you just now until nearer the time. So what I'm about to do is show you some of the game in action. This is all footage I've taken myself from my own version of the game, and tell you what's in it, but again, being very careful not to give you any opinion because that counts as review. And then Nintendo's lawyers, who are basically just big Donkey Kongs, clones of Donkey Kong wearing suits and ties, will basically bash down my door and say ooh ooh ah ah, which roughly translates to here are legal papers because you have not agreed to the terms and conditions of the embargo set out by Nintendo of Europe LLC, I believe. So long story short, here's what's in it. With very little commentary on how well it works. You can kind of judge for yourself and come back in early January where I'll have the actual full review for you. So here we go. If you're not familiar with it, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on Switch is a kind of enhanced port of New Super Mario Bros. U on the Wii U, which sold fairly well for the Wii U. Obviously the Wii U itself didn't sell great, but a lot of people who bought one ended up buying this as well, so it was one of the better selling games on the system. But that still means, obviously, since the Switch has already outsold the Wii U, we're already looking at a larger user base of people who didn't have this game, so it makes sense for Nintendo to re-release it and give it a second shot like they've done with stuff like Mario Kart 8 and Captain Toad. It's nice to kind of give these games a second chance. Or is it nice to do that? We won't know until the review comes out. Wink wink. So yeah, you can, as in the Wii U version, you can play as Mario, Luigi, or a yellow Toad. Not your standard red Toad, because he kind of helps you out along the way. But now you can also play as two other characters. You can play as Nabbit. It's a kind of wee kind of creature thing who appears throughout the game, throughout the main game, in these kind of challenges where he steals some from you. You've got to run up and catch up with him. You can now play as Nabbit, and you can also now play as Toadette, who's a kind of interesting one, but we'll get to that in a second. So Nabbit, we'll take Nabbit first of all. You scumbag, you maggot, you cheap lousy Nabbit. He can walk through enemies. He's basically the super easy mode for really young kids. Enemies can't kill him. He walks right through them, which is all lovely. He can still die. He can still fall into a hole, or the time can run out, and he'll die in that way. But he can just pass through enemies like they were made of mere tracing paper. He can't use any power-ups, so if he gets a mushroom or a fire flower or the flying squirrel suit, which is unique to this game, he won't use them. He'll just kind of collect them and nothing will happen until you reach the end of the stage. When you hit the flagpole at the end, he'll take out he basically collects the power-ups in his bag, and he'll take them all out of his bag at the end, and you'll get an extra life for each one. So this game basically throws one-ups at you like sweeties, because basically every power-up you collect is banks a one-up and cashes it out when you finish a level. So if you collect 5 mushrooms or fire flowers throughout the game, throughout the stage, you get 5 up at the end of the stage. So yeah, you'll be swimming in lives in this one, even more so than you usually would be in a New Super Mario Brothers game. Then there's Toadette. Toadette can pick up this power-up that's unique to her called the Super Crown. So she can still, when you choose the character select screen, Mario, Luigi and Toad are just normal. Toadette, it says easy underneath her, and Nabbit, it says very easy underneath him. So Toadette is easier but not as easy. That's the kind of midway point. Toadette's got, she can pick up mushrooms to grow larger. She can get fire flowers and ice flowers and the squirrel suit and the small blue mushroom that makes her smaller, and all the other power-ups in the game, the propeller suit and all that, they're all in it, and Toadette can get them all. But she can also get this Super Crown, which turns her into Peachette, which is basically an excuse to play as Peach, which you wouldn't usually be able to, because the whole story is that Peach has been kidnapped. Surprise, surprise. Actually, she hasn't. Her entire castle has been kidnapped, and she happens to be in it this time, so at least it's slightly different. So yeah, you wouldn't really technically be able to play as Peach, So this is the way of getting around it, that you can play as Toadette, who can transform into Peachette, which essentially then at that point means you're playing as Peach. And she can glide like she could in Super Mario Bros. 2 and stuff like that, which is quite cool. And she's really well animated, because obviously this is a new character they've made for the game. She's it's a really weird, strange thing to say, and you'll think this is quite odd, but her hands are well animated. When she stands still and stuff like that, you can see she kind of moves her hands in a kind of regal way, which sounds really weird, but look, have a look at it and you can see what I mean. So there you go, and Toadette's got other kind of bonuses, like when you hit a block that would usually give you a 1-up mushroom, it gives you a 3-up moon instead, so you get more lives with Toadette. But she can still take damage, like the other characters can. She's not like Nabbit, where she just runs through everyone. She can still take hits and stuff like that. And then yeah, both Nabbit and Toadette also have their own kind of bonuses that you don't get with the other characters, so they each have an extra 100 seconds on the timer, so kids can kind of spend a bit longer to get through the level. When a level's got a kind of icy surface, they won't skid on it so much, whereas the other characters will. And when you're underwater, with everyone else, you tap the jump button to kind of bob underwater. You don't do that with them. You just move up, down, left and right, almost as if you had a frog suit on in Super Mario Bros. 3. It goes like that, so they just they move in whatever direction you press, and you can press a jump button to kind of bob fast, like to push faster, like to do a faster swim. So it's exactly like the frog suit, basically. So yeah, there you go. That's them. So that's the main mode, with its kind of large-ish mode, and kind of that is what it is. It's also got the new Super Luigi mode, new Super Luigi U, which was basically DLC they brought out for new Super Mario Bros. U on the Wii U, and it's more or less an entirely new game. It's a similar map, but every single stage is different, harder with a much shorter time limit, and you play as Luigi. And while you could play as Luigi in New Super Mario Bros. U, the main mode, he just played normally, like he's played exactly the same as Mario, but in this version, the new Super Luigi U, he plays like he does in other Mario games, most notably Super Mario Bros. 2, in that he can jump higher but is slipperier, so he's harder to control, but he's got a higher jump. And yeah, so he's got these more difficult. This is basically a harder version, a harder sequel. It's the lost levels of New Super Mario Bros. U, technically, although not quite that hard. So yeah, and it basically doubles the length of the game, so it's just as long as New Super Mario Bros. U is, only with completely new levels and with Luigi as the main. Yeah, it was created to originally celebrate the year of Luigi, which in my heart it continues to be the year of Luigi. So there you go. There's other wee bits and pieces to play through as well. Once you've done those two and you've kind of got more to do, there's more. One of the big complaints about New Super Mario Bros. Games in general is that they're quite easy for expert players. Nothing anywhere near like the lost levels, or even stuff like Super Mario Bros. 3 felt still a bit more difficult than these games do. But there's a few extra modes added just to kind of keep the quote-unquote hardcore happy after the main game, or in this case the two main games, New Super Mario Bros. U and Super Luigi U, are finished. So you've got a boost rush mode, which is a kind of time trial based thing where you have to finish a level as quickly as you can. The kind of twist is that there's a coin gauge at the top, and as you collect coins the screen scrolls faster. It's an auto-scrolling screen. So the aim is to keep collecting coins as well, because that'll scroll the screen faster and let you finish the level quicker. But obviously the faster the screen scrolls, the more likely you're going to die. So it's a nice kind of risk and reward thing where you want to get the screen scrolling as quickly as possible, but at the same time that makes it more difficult as well. So that's quite fun. And then there's challenges mode. I say it's quite fun, but it might not be. Wink, wink. And then finally there's challenges mode, where on the Wii U version I love this mode. I can't really comment on this one yet, but it's the same thing. This is really the kind of hardcore bit. It's a load of challenges where it's split up into 4 categories. There's time attacks, coin collection, 1-up rally, and just kind of general special one-off ones. So time attacks fairly straightforward. Get to the end of the level within the set time to get a gold, silver, or bronze medal. Coin collections, the same. We've got to collect X number of coins before you get to the end. 1-up rallies, weird one. It's usually you've got to get as many 1-ups as possible before hitting the ground, usually, or before the timer runs out. So you've usually got to jump on a load of enemies without touching the ground and build up loads of 1-ups. And then specials are just one-off ones, like try and get to the end of this level in a squirrel suit without touching the ground, or avoid these Boomerang Brothers boomerangs for X number of seconds, or just kind of weird stuff like that. So it's quite cool. And yeah, some of these they start tricky and just get nearly impossible. So if you're a kind of pro Super Mario Brothers player, this is the bit that'll take you the longest. And without giving an opinion on it again, you would imagine that on handheld mode with less input lag that you would naturally get on TVs, this is where the kind of experts will kind of enjoy challenges mode the most. You would imagine, but technically the jury's still out on that, or at least it has to be until next month. So there you go, that's New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe on the Switch. A kind of brief overview of what is in it and what to expect. I'm still playing through it because obviously I'm not at review stage yet. This is your preview, and I'm still working through it. But yeah, so far it is what it is. But we'll see next month in January once it's finished. Once I finished both modes and finished the challenges mode and ready to write the review. You can expect the full review on TidalHack.com and on this YouTube channel. So there you go. So thanks very much for watching. Please do the usual subscribing stuff and all the stuff that you usually do on YouTube. Please follow me on Twitter. Go to TidalHack.com. Do all of the things that will get me more fully ingrained in your life than you could ever hope to dream about or even want to desire. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on the flip flop in another video very soon. Thanks guys, bye bye.